are back.
We're back.
We are back after some technical issues.
Oh.
Slight hitch.
Don't even. Just don't.
I'm afraid our listeners will have to know.
We're glad to start a new year. Let's just put it that way.
Yes. New year, new look. Well, sort of new look.
You guys, this is the second time. Before, let's just be honest.
Let's just
here.
rewind here and talk about this.
We had recorded a podcast which was supposed to go out on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve podcast.
Yeah. And it was going to be good. We were talking about Christmas specials.
We were having fun. We never usually have fun on these podcasts, you see.
Yeah.
And this rare instance that we were having fun making this podcast.
Yeah.
And we made,
We did that one. We did...
and another one.
Well, we did...
The one
in all honesty, we did the one that we're doing now.
The one that you're doing now is... Well, that we are doing now is long gone, so...
Yeah, both of them. Lost forever.
Well, we don't know, but...
Well, that's true.
It's to be determined at the moment.
Anyway, the computer died.
The computer died, the hard drive died, and we lost everything.
Dominic didn't back everything up.
No, I didn't. I was a stupid boy.
Back stuff up, people.
Back stuff up, people, because you never know when it's going to happen. Because it came out of nowhere, too, and it was just terrible.
So, that was the way our year ended, and we just thought, you know what?
How did your year end?
Yeah. How was... Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, we had it all planned. We were going to do one for New Year's Eve, like how traditions differ in Britain and America on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
We were going to do...
We had it all planned out.
Yeah, we had it all planned out. And then
the computer gods decided to smite us.
Oh.
But anyway, this podcast is called American Food You Can't Find in Britain and vice versa.
Yes.
British food you can't find over here in America. So here we go again. Let's hope this one, second time lucky.
We forget about... We finished the year a little earlier than we expected to.
Yes.
And we're starting this new year.
My prediction on episode 6 of saying, I think we're done was slightly too true for comfort there.
So we're starting this we're going to be doing a series for
this is a food series,
for the next few episodes where we're talking all about food, just different. I mean, food is apparently our favorite thing to talk about.
We love food because we eat it, and I think you eat it too, don't you?
So, new year, new series.
New food.
Let's go.
Let's go. I mean, when I first came over here, I thought, they're going to have everything that I like.
Right.
They're going to have everything that I'm used to, I grew up with. They're going to have all the candy bars, all the crisps, and, all the junk food. Because they're America, so you can get anything in America. That's what they said to me. That is what they said to me
Who said this?
On the application form for the visa. They said, we'll give you everything. Don't worry about it. And so I signed, and here I am. And I got over here, and I was just like, okay, I fancy fish and chips. Let's go to the chip shop or something. And you were just like, what? It's like, we don't have one. We don't have them here, baby. And it's just like, no. Because,
Well, we don't even have, like in Britain, you can get chips, like your style of chips, frozen.
French fries or fries.
Yeah, so the closest thing we have is steak fries, and they're not exactly the same thing.
I mean,
almost,
but they're close, but they're not exactly
close,
the same
but no
fat.
cigar.
Yeah, close but no fat chip.
Yeah, so you can't even get proper British chips, like.
You can make them.
Aunt Bessie's, let's say.
Aunt Bessie's, like Aunt Bessie's or even the McCain, like thick cut chips. I mean, you can make them, obviously. I mean, this is all stuff, I could get potatoes.
You have to have a deep fat fryer.
Deep fat fryer, and we don't have one because we live in a small house. And also, it's time consuming.
Fried food. Well, fried foods, it's just, come on.
You take that back.
No, I will not.
I'm half Scottish here.
Fry everything.
Fry everything. Love it. Fried food, yes. I mean, it's not good for you. No.
I don't really generally like the taste of it either. I mean, that oily, kind of greasy. It makes me feel sick.
Sometimes it's just like, no, you can't eat it.
Yeah.
You just can't. I love fried chicken.
Well, yeah.
I love fried chips. You know, I love fried potatoes. I love fried,
Yeah, you kind of do like fried food.
I
more
do
than
like
I do.
fried food because, I mean, it's the Scottish in me and probably the Welsh too. I mean, that's all that they're kind of used to eating up there. Cholesterol. Scottish people eat it. But, it's just like, I mean, I'm getting a little bit healthier, since I've been over here. I think it's the healthiest I've eaten because when I was in the UK, I didn't eat healthy at all.
No vegetables.
No vegetables. That was one. See, there you go. One of the things when she came over, she was like, "Where are the vegetables? I need vegetables."
Oh, don't.
But of course,
do you want me to talk about my experience going the opposite?
Yes, I think the listeners,
The listeners
would love to know about your thing.
Do not go to Britain expecting to find things.
I can't find things.
Yes, just don't. I mean, because you're not gonna. Not the first
American
time.
Things.
Yeah. So obviously, if you're going over for a visit for a week, couple weeks, you're probably not even gonna go to the grocery store. Although I do recommend to go to the grocery store because that's one of the funnest things to do.
That is a tourist attraction that people just don't think about.
Yeah, it's so fun. Just to see what they have and how things are different and what things look like.
It really is because I mean I never really thought about it when I used to go abroad, to Spain and everything like that.
Well, Spain. I was just thinking Spain too with the legs of
ham on ham.
Yes, the jamon.
Spanish for gammon.
So many just legs hanging there in the grocery store. And and we're not talking about like a market. Like in a market, you can like a farmer's type market or something like that. You'd expect that kind of thing a little bit more. No, you're just in the regular like grocery store, and there's just rows and rows of legs hanging there.
Yes,
yeah,
I mean, it's depressing when you look at it. I mean, it's a vegetarian's nightmare. But it's I mean, as you say, it's like one of the, going to the grocery store is probably the ultimate tourist experience.
Yeah.
If you want to immerse yourself in the local culture.
Yeah, so I do recommend to go there. But, I mean, obviously, if it's your first time in Britain, you've got a lot of things to see.
Yeah,
so you're probably not
and
going
all that to see or wherever you want to go.
And I don't think we did. We might have popped in one, just like a small one at some point.
In London? Oh,
in London or Liverpool or
yeah,
maybe Wales. I don't know. But so it was like either my second or maybe even third time going that I can really remember the grocery store experience. In fact, I went
shopping because
I was going to stay there for a couple months.
It was a couple of months, yeah.
So yeah, we went
after
shopping.
A while, we went shopping because we needed some groceries. I mean, what were we going to eat?
Right.
We couldn't eat out all the time because we're not rich.
And so I thought, okay, I'm gonna make him this lemon cheesecake that I make, and I thought, yeah, he'll like this. And so we go to the grocery store with the intention of buying the ingredients.
Yeah, I think we went to Tesco.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was Tesco.
Yeah. And so first of all, I say, okay, where's your pie crusts? Like, let's go
mate?
Let's go, yeah.
What are you talking about, mate?
No, this is Dominic. What do you mean by pie crusts? And it's like, what do you mean? What do I mean by pie crusts? Like, I mean pie crusts. Pie crusts. Where are your pie crusts? What do you mean by pie crusts? I'm like, oh my God. Okay. The crust that you put a pie in. Not that you bake. A no bake. And he's just looking at me like total confusion.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? And he goes, and I said, because in Britain a pie is mostly savory.
It's a meat pie, yeah. It's mostly a meat or vegetable pie.
Yeah, although you guys do like rhubarb
and custard.
That's called a pie.
And stuff,
yeah.
But it's like if someone says I'm going to get a pie, it's usually I'm going to get a pie and chips.
Yeah. So because over here, just in case there's British people listening and you two are going, what do you mean by a pie crust?
What do you mean by a pie crust? If you were me in 2007.
In America, we have if you're going to do like a no-bake cheesecake or something like that, obviously, I mean, you could still bake your crust from scratch first. but we have a lot of cheat ways over here, cheaty kind of
cheat
things.
ways. Oh, so many.
Yeah, so in America we have in our like
convenience rules. Okay.
Yeah. So in our baking aisle we have pie crusts that are like for a cheesecake or for whatever, that are like graham cracker crusts, and it's like crumbled. I know if you're British you may not even know what a graham cracker is, but
like a digestive.
It's sort of like a digestive biscuit, like crumbled down into fine crumbles and then pressed into an aluminum pie pan, and then it's just got like a plastic case on the top, and it's all ready for you to just take home and open up and pour your ingredients into.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
Yeah. So we have that. We have like now they have like Oreo crusts, I think, and vanilla wafers. These are all American cookies, by the way, and they're all the same thing, just crunched, tiny, finely crunched,
smashed up and formed with like butter or something,
Yeah, melted butter. I think that's pretty much all it is, and it's just
formed into like a crust.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just get it in like a foil tin and little plastic.
Yeah, and so that's what I was looking for, because that's what I was gonna mix up the cheesecake ingredients and dump it in that, and then you just stick it in the refrigerator and let it chill, and then you eat it.
Yeah.
And he had no idea. So, I don't know. We finally figured out that apparently what I was looking for was a pastry case. Oh, you mean a pastry case? And I'm like, do I? I don't know. So we go, and it's sort of, I think they were in your, like, baking aisle also.
Yeah, they were around there, yeah.
And it was sort of similar, like it was in it was like, already a pre-made crust, but it was pastry,
instead of biscuit.
Uh-huh. So it was a lot different than what I was looking for. I was like, okay, this will work. Okay, where's your Cool Whip? What? What do you mean by Cool Whip? What is Cool Whip?
What do you mean by Cool Whip?
So I don't know, and I think maybe you did not know what Cool Whip was at all. I think I called my mom.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh yeah,
she had a Dream crisis Whip. And called her mother.
I think Dream Whip is a similar thing.
Similar.
And so I was able to use Dream Whip, which they do have in Britain, but let me just tell you right now, if you're using Dream Whip as Cool Whip, it is not the same thing. It sets up like Cool Whip, but it does not last, because I guess it's actually
real dairy.
I guess I don't.
I think it's got like egg or something in it.
It's got something in it that doesn't. I mean, Cool Whip
powdered
is
egg,
Cool Whip is for British listeners. Cool Whip is basically disgusting.
Hydrogenated oil. It's whipped hydrogenated oil. It's like a fake cream, basically.
And it stands up like
with a bunch of sugar
cream that's been really whipped.
Yes, it stands up. It looks exactly like whipped cream.
But it will stand up indefinitely.
It will stand up indefinitely. That thing could shore up a house for 10 years. That thing could caulk the bathroom thing, like the bathroom tiles.
Yes. But, so that was a little interesting experience. Another time I wanted to make red beans and rice and cornbread.
What's cornbread?
Cornbread, exactly. Yeah. So I had to bring it the next time I came. I literally packed a little thing of cornbread mix in my suitcase and brought it. I think I also brought corn tortillas because they have flour tortillas in Britain. They call them wraps, though. You don't call them tortillas. You call them.
Well, yeah.
The wraps or something like that.
I mean, we do have like that's another thing over here. You go to a grocery store. They don't really have a very big selection of sandwiches. Like on the go stuff. Pre-made sandwiches that you can just pick up and pull out of the box. And look, we have sandwiches, wraps. We have lots of bakeries in Britain. That's another thing I miss. Anyways, like Greg's and Jenkins and all them. But yeah,
so you have the tortillas. I guess wraps are sort of they're a popular thing because of such a huge vegetarian thing. It's like you can fill a lot of vegetables into a wrap and
it's basically a fajita.
It's a pretty healthy type thing.
Yeah.
But they don't have corn tortillas, so that's another thing. Corn tortillas cornmeal for cornbread. I guess we use a lot of corn over here, obviously.
Corn is a big thing over here.
Yeah, it's a big thing that we grow. It's one of our big products that we farm in America.
Yeah.
And along with peanuts, we put peanut oil and
peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts are included in just about
everything.
Everything.
Peanuts and corn are the big exports from America.
Other things you're not going to find in Britain are like any of our like Dominic said before, our convenience foods. Yeah. Like
corn dogs,
cookie dough, corn dogs. Yeah,
like frozen cookie dough. No, I don't think you'd find that at all.
No, I don't remember seeing it at all.
Yeah, it's like frozen cookie dough, or like cookies that come in like a tin that you can just like separate.
Right.
Well, in like a tin, it's like a rolled kind of thing.
Because in America,
like quick breads are big over here. Like, frozen like bread.
Oh yeah,
just like
crescent rolls and biscuits, and
you just literally just stick it on the thing and it'll rise a little bit, and then
and
Bob's your uncle.
And I just said biscuits, British listeners. Biscuits like to us are like a scone, like a savory scone. You have a list here. I'm not a huge Cheetos person, so I wouldn't.
Hot Cheetos.
Do they have Cheetos, period?
I think they do. Yeah, I think I've had Cheetos before, but I've heard a lot of people like on forums and stuff on like the UK Yankee forum, especially talk about like foods that you can't find, and it's like hot Cheetos is one of them, like blazing hot Cheetos. It's like someone's like, I had a hankering for them. I go to the gas station, which is a petrol station in Britain, and they don't have them there. And like Twinkies and Ding Dongs. Twinkies are another thing. Like that doesn't exist, and and it's mainly because people don't like it in Britain.
I don't know about that.
People go, there's people who will like it. People come over here and like it, but the majority of people will act like, oh no, don't like that American stuff because it's full of chemicals and stuff.
That's why you don't have it, I think, and that is a horrible reason to not have it, and we have it, but I really think that you guys just have stricter regulations on.
I think it's the European Union stuff, which
all the preservatives and
may not go out with Brexit.
Yeah, so
it could be bad. Because when I was a kid, I like we're talking about stuff, cereals, and we had stuff like Mountain Dew. I remember it as a kid at Mountain Dew, and we had Lipton iced tea. Lucky Charms. And when I was a kid, I used to love it. I just ate it. I thought that's what, it's it. But then all of a sudden, like, as I was growing up, they all just disappeared. Like, it was like overnight too, almost, because it was like, what happened to Lucky Charms?
Part of the European Union.
Yeah, I don't know.
But maybe the European Union just adopted stricter regulations.
They clamped down on ingredients and stuff. High fructose corn syrup being one of them. Yeah. So apparently Mountain Dew is very bad for you too.
So British people essentially care more about their people than the American government cares about it, which is kind of no surprise, actually. Kraft mac and cheese really surprises me. I don't remember looking for it while we were there.
Apparently no. Yeah. This is stuff that you can get Kraft mac and cheese.
What do you feed little kids then? Because that's like a really every little kid loves macaroni and cheese.
Crispy pancakes.
What?
Crispy pancakes. Finder's crispy pancakes. You remember seeing them in that thing. That's what kids that used to eat. And I know British people who are my age, which is around the 30s mark, will know what crispy pancakes are because they probably grew up eating them.
Your sister says you used to eat chicken and chips all the time.
Mini Kievs. There's another thing you can't bloody get over here is mini Kievs. And you like them too, because when we went back, I gorged myself on them.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, they're basically turkey balls. Bernard Matthews make them. Turkey balls, like, with like a herb and cheese sauce in the middle. And, they're just really good. They're covered in breadcrumb and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they go good with chips. And And maybe a vegetable too, if you're so inclined.
But yeah, so any of the really sugary cereals like your Fruit Loops, Lucky Charms,
Oh, God. I
Cinnamon
really don't
Toast
like
Crunch.
Fruit Loops either. You know,
Fruit Loops are
apparently
they're the worst, but they're
they
like
are
pretty
the
much
worst.
my
They taste very fake. I mean, and I've tasted
They
fake.
taste fruity, okay?
They don't taste fruity at all. I mean, they taste like I'm trying to eat a pack of like gummy worms that have been turned into yeah, and it's like you don't want to eat that with your breakfast. Come on now. Get me the chocolate. I want the chocolate. I want the chocolate.
On this box of Fruit Loops that we have over here, they have and see, this tells you that I eat them, the fact that I know this.
She loves them, people.
They show oh, put your Fruit Loops like in an ice cream sundae, or you can make them on, which like sounds disgusting to me, but or put them in, I don't know, just all these horrible looking desserts. I guess kids might like them. I don't know, but so another breakfast thing that they don't have in Britain, which is not a problem for me because I hate them, are grits.
Grits.
Oh,
I'd never heard of them before over
worst.
here. Grits. I mean,
it's another corn product.
I think, you know, when we got the day we got married, you know, my dad came over, and there was a Denny's next door, and so we went to our hotel, yeah, and it was just me and him because you know it's like that whole tradition of not seeing the bride before the night before the wedding and all that, and me and my dad went for breakfast in Denny's and he got grits. Or he'd never had them before or something.
I think they're a particularly southern
They're
thing.
a southern thing. And he was like, oh, I'll have them, yeah. And he liked them.
Our northern
But my dad likes weird things anyway, so it's just like, you know.
Our northern listeners, and guys, let's just you want to give a shout out to our two listeners that like actually
our two listeners, Alex and Aaron.
Alex and Aaron, thank you so much for listening.
Yes, thanks for sticking with us during this whole crisis of hard drives failing and
yes, and weird humming noises.
Weird humming noises. We hope it's not humming now. We've got the microphone close to our mouths.
Guys,
we do. We've got a coffee page as well, so if you want to buy us a coffee,
go for it.
Go for it. There's a link in our things and everything, you know, got a website.
But we appreciate you guys giving us feedback, and anybody else who's listening, we would like your feedback too. So here's a question that you can answer if you are listening. I want to know if you're American and listening, and not in the South. I want to know do they have grits in the North, in the northern states, or like East Coast, West Coast, whatever, or is it just like down here? I don't really know.
It's a very big country, the United States.
Yeah. So so let us know down in the comments, or tweet us, or Facebook us, and let us know because I'm curious about that. Grits are like a ground up hominy. Do you know what hominy is?
It's like a wheat, isn't it?
It's like a corn product.
It's another corn product.
I love
there you
corn,
go.
But I cannot stand that stuff. I don't know. I just do not. I don't like it. So you have Girl Scout cookies on the list. I don't know. Can you get Girl Scout cookies in the grocery store?
Over here you can.
Can you?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Oh, I've never tried to buy them in the grocery store.
No, I mean they're a big business now. They're not just girls on the corner selling them, looking cute and all that. You know, it's just like they've turned it into like a multi-million-dollar business. Because people are like, oh, I love the Girl Scout mint rings or whatever they have. You know.
Cream of wheat. I love
wheat.
I do love cream of wheat.
When I first came over here, you were going on about cream of wheat one day. Cream of wheat, you're obsessed with it. You're just like, oh, cream of wheat. I really want to make cream of wheat. Mima makes cream of wheat, so let's make cream of wheat. And I was like, I had no idea what it was. It was like a thinner version of porridge, really, I think it is. Yeah. But I went back.
I've never had porridge. So.
Yeah, you have. I think you've had porridge in Britain.
No.
Sure. Maybe. Maybe not. But I went back to Britain and I said to my dad, I said, oh, I should make some cream of wheat one day. And my dad was like, cream of wheat? Cream of wheat? What are you talking about, you fool? And I was just like, it's cream of wheat. You know, it's cream of wheat.
How can you cream
wheat? But apparently you can.
You can, and it's delicious.
Especially with some maple syrup. But anyway.
Yeah. So what are some things that I'm trying to think now? What some things are that you've had a hard time finding in the grocery store over here? We've kind of found most of the things that you like want, but in like World Market or some of the grocery stores that carry international foods.
Like Indian grocery stores.
They don't just generally have them.
Well, I mean, Cadbury chocolate is one. Cadbury chocolate bars.
You mean like a wider selection?
A wider selection, yeah. I mean, this stuff it's not widely available or popular.
Because we do have like dairy milk and fruit and nuts.
It's a little bit.
Grocery stores,
it's a different recipe. It's made by Hershey, and it's a different recipe to what's being made in the Europe and the UK.
Yeah. So
it's not exactly the same. I mean, it tastes better than Hershey milk chocolate anyway, because that bloody stuff tastes like vomit. And it's like every British person agrees with me on that because it's all the same thing. It's like it's made with sour milk.
I always thought I just didn't like chocolate that much as a kid.
You just didn't like Hershey's.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, Yorkshire puddings is another one.
Yeah, because in Britain you can get those in the frozen section.
Aunt Bessie's, or anything like that. Just you can get them in the frozen section.
Although we saw them one time in HEB. They were not called Yorkshire puddings. They were called popovers. And they were in the frozen section, but then...
They disappeared because no one was buying
them. Probably, yeah.
Mini Kievs, as I mentioned before, was another one. Mini Kievs and Scotch eggs. Now, people don't know what a Scotch egg is.
Yeah.
And they think it's got something to do with Scotland because Scotch egg, Scotch, Scotland and all that. But actually, was invented by a London... It's a London food hall, similar to Harrods, Fortnum and Mason.
Oh, yeah.
They've been around for decades. They've been around since Victorian times,
So you can just go and buy this in the grocery store?
You can just go and buy this in the grocery store. They make mini ones, too.
What would it be, like in the deli section?
With the sandwiches.
Okay.
Because it's like a picnic sack, and it was originally invented for, back in the 1800s when it was just horse-drawn carriages and you were traveling for days across, you were traveling 5 miles and it would take you 3 days or whatever it would, Aristocrat, Fortnum and Mason invented this snack that you could put in your pocket. And it's basically a hard-boiled egg, which instantly rules it out for me, wrapped in sausage meat in a sausage ball.
Yeah.
And then covered in batter and deep fried into breadcrumbs, and that's it. It's just and that for some reason didn't make it over here. I don't know, didn't make it big, but I think it's disgusting because I don't like eggs anyway. But sausage and the breadcrumbs.
I've never had one. It sounds kind of interesting. I mean I do like hard-boiled.
The other version of that would be with the non-egg version would be called a rissole.
Oh yeah. And what is it?
And it's just sausage meat. Covered in this is stuff that you can find in any chip shop worth its salt and vinegar, But
ha 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 ha
ha.
Boom boom.
It's like a rissole, that's a very big thing in Wales. I found, they go, hello, rissole and chips, boy. Want a rissole and chips? Lovely. Oh, a bit of gravy too. Love it. But yeah, Scotch eggs are something that if you haven't tried them, try them. If you like hard-boiled eggs like my wife here does, then you'll probably like them. So, yeah. Yes. Another thing I can't find much over here is Ribena.
Ribena, yeah.
And that's something that was a staple for kids. It was just like a black currant. Because actually, over here, black currant's not a big thing.
No.
And many Americans have never even tasted a blackcurrant, so it's very...
No, and it's funny because the candies that you have brought that are blackcurrant flavored, my family doesn't really like.
Oh, no, they hate them. They hate them. I brought back some jelly babies, and I think it was your brother or someone, or your mom.
I don't think my mom either, yeah.
And they tasted it, and they were just like, oh.
Maybe my niece, too.
And I never liked them growing up, but now I like them.
I don't know why. I think they're fine.
I like them, too. But over here,
and Ribena, the drink is good, too.
Yeah, the drink is really good. I mean, you can get squash. They call it it's like a squash. It's like you dilute it.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff.
It's concentrated.
It's concentrate, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because over here in like bags of candy like Skittles, they'll differ in the UK and the US because Skittles have grape flavor as the black, as the purple.
As the purple one.
As the purple one, yeah. And in Britain it would be blackcurrant, Yeah. So it's just like, oh, I had a blackcurrant.
Yeah, I remember you saying, what is this? What is this?
I remember.
It's not blackcurrant.
It's not blackcurrant. It's bloody tasted awful. I was like, what is that?
It's like, it's grape.
It's grape. It's like, and grape is a big flavor over here.
Yeah.
It's like black grape, It's very big.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's another thing. Cornish pasties,
yeah,
you're not going to find them anywhere very good outside of Cornwall even, Like, what a pasty is, or as you used to say, a pasty.
A pasty. Look, I only read it in Harry Potter, okay? I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Pumpkin pasties.
Pumpkin pasties, okay?
Pumpkin pasties. What? I think you even asked me, didn't you?
Yes.
When I don't know if it was like when we were talking online or when you actually came to London, you were like, oh, can we go somewhere and get a pumpkin pasty? So I got the bloody hell's a pumpkin pasty? And he was like, oh, it's from Harry.
What a pasty is.
I was like, what's that? It's like, oh, it's something from Harry Potter. And it's like, is it pumpkin? Oh, you mean a pasty? But another thing is the Nando's brand sauce. Nando's itself. We'll talk about that in another.
Well, we randomly had that in the grocery store here for a while. Yeah,
because we don't
even have any Nando's. So our grocery
we screamed the whole place down.
So the grocery store that we go to is it's only in Texas. It's a Texas-based grocery store, and they have locations all over Texas, but it's just Texas. I think maybe a few in northern Mexico. And we have no Nando's in Texas, so that was...
There is no Nando's in Texas.
So weird.
Very cheeky.
That they had the sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how we even noticed it.
Someone must have requested it. There must be a British person around here requesting it.
But I saw them in more than
it wasn't
one
me.
HEB, so that's weird, because usually if you request something, it'll just go into your local one.
Local HEB, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we were looking at the hot sauce. It sprung out at me.
Nando's peri peri sauce.
The peri peri, and it was like the hot or the medium sauce. Yeah. There was nothing else. Because in Britain you can get the whole range of Nando's stuff.
Yeah.
So you can go into the grocery store. You can get peri-nays. You can get, they sell a lot of it in the grocery store because Nando's is huge in Britain. It's basically become a British institution now.
It's a chicken place.
It's a chicken place, yeah. It's like chicken, and the peri-peri is like the pepper, and it's like, it's a spice, it's a seasoning they put on it, and, it's just delicious. If you're in Britain, you've got to go for one.
Another thing I want listeners to kind of get involved with us on is whether or not there would be any interest in Dominic and I creating, like, British and American and maybe even like Texas specific sort of care packages. I don't want to call it a care package.
It is a care package because people need it.
Like snack packages.
Relief aid packages.
If we created something like that and like put it on our website to buy, would there be any interest in that? Because we can get a hold of a lot of different things, particularly because we have
a lot of Texas things anyway. If there's any Texas expats out there that are living in Britain or even around the world and they're missing Texas-shaped corn chips from HEB.
Or Big Red Soda. I know there's probably people in America that don't even know what Big Red Soda is. And they might be thinking the gum, but it's nothing to do with it.
No.
But anyway, anything like that, like we could make British packages because we have people in Britain that we know that could ship us things at a better price.
Ship us all your British stuff.
Yeah, or we could even get it here because there's people in small towns around America that don't have international grocery stores near them or world markets or anything like that. So we could even do something like that. Anyway, it's just a thought.
It's just a thought. If you want to do it, we'll do that for you. And
yeah, let us know if anybody would have any interest in that. Anyway, we could maybe do something like that. Maybe we've been thinking about creating a Patreon.
Yeah, we've got a coffee page already set up. So if you want to head over there, it's Tea and a Buddy.
But we were thinking about creating a Patreon, and we were kind of brainstorming things that we could give our Patreons at certain levels, and
well, we'll have to ask them.
So
Alex, Aaron, are you interested in this? Let us know in the comments. Tweet at us.
Also, we want to make sure that you guys know that we are on iTunes.
We are on iTunes now. We are the big time.
So if it's not super convenient to listen on SoundCloud for whatever reason, or from the website, because we do have that all embedded and everything, you can listen on iTunes.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. We are back to making regular ones now.
Yes, every Monday and Thursday for now, and maybe if we can find the time to do it, we'll add a third one in at some point. But Mondays and Thursdays for sure at the moment.
For sure. So, goodbye from you.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.